name is Chace, and I'm here to present to you a brief history of mathematics. Mathematics are the building blocks of our society, and it's existed for so long that it's become a common part of human life. So it makes you wonder, where did math come from? Who created it, and how? And so I'm going to give you all a little insight on how mathematics came to be where it is today. Now, some people believe that mathematics was created by humans. However, this actually isn't the case. And according to Plato in his Platonic theory, mathematics is a discoverable science of the universe that humans are merely uncovering. And so we move on to prehistoric ages. And at this point, recorded history didn't really exist yet. So we don't truly know when mathematics was introduced to humans. However, what we do know is that animals have a basic foundation of what mathematics is, and so we can presume that humans did as well during this time period. One of the earliest known examples of humans using mathematics is the Ashango bone found near the Nile River in Congo, and it's presumably 20,000 years old, and there are 3 marks carved on the columns of this bone. The scientists either agree that these marks are tally marks or it's a lunar calendar. An example of animals using mathematics is a honeybee conjecture. This theory states that honeybees realized many years ago that hexagons were the best shape to create their honeycombs. And after many years of evolution, now they do it instinctually. So now we come back to humans. In ancient Egypt was one of the first cultures to create a numerical counting system. And at the time, their mathematics were very advanced. Although the Egyptians used their math mostly for a practical purpose, such as counting money, for trading, or for building structures. This style of mathematics lasted in Egypt from 3000 BC all the way to 300 BC, when their methods began changing. Now we go to the Babylonians. The Babylonian era occurred around the same time as the Egyptians, and they developed their mathematics in between 5000 BC and 3000 BC as well. The area these people lived in was in Mesopotamia, around Western Asia. Here, these people were very similar to the Egyptians. However, one of the major differences between these two cultures is that the Babylonians love researching mathematics for reasons that might not have been very useful at the time, but are now. They learned algebraic expressions, they loved astronomy, and they were one of the first cultures to use a positional numeral system that had only 2 symbols but could count up to 59 numbers. They also integrated a decimal system as well. And now we move on to Greece. The Greeks' time period takes place after both the Egyptians and the Babylonians, and they love mixing philosophy and nature with mathematics. They were able to leverage the mathematics from both the Egyptians and the Babylonians to create their own, and actually the word mathematics originates from the Greek word mathema, which means any study a person may learn. So the Greeks were one of the first mathematical European countries, and this is thanks to a person named Thales. Thales was born in around the middle of the 600th century BC, and he traveled to Babylonia and he learned many of their mathematic methods and brought it back to Greece. He was one of the 7 wise men, and this group of people created laws and were looked up to by their peers back in Greece. Future philosopher Aristotle actually thanks Thales for being a major influence for all future Greek philosophy. And so now we move past the year 180, and we're getting closer to modern times, and mathematics is growing rapidly because we have tons of theories now from the past that people are taking and evolving. Some important discoveries in this time frame include gravity, the curvature of the planet, and the Fibonacci sequence. But after this period, we get closer to the present. And even in the past 200 years, mathematics has continued to grow for many reasons. One of them, mathematics is taught more in schools now than before. So kids all over the world are learning mathematics and given an opportunity to evolve it. And also, the creation of the internet is a major factor in the growth of mathematics, as mathematicians are able to share their theories with each other all across the world, and future generations can watch these discussions and theories and change them and make them better. Even now, there are constant changes in mathematics, and some people think, oh, hasn't mathematics already grown to a point we can't change it anymore? But that's not true. The thing about mathematics is that it's constantly evolving, and you can change it in any way you want, whether it's from finding the best method to bake a cake to creating time travel itself. And so, in conclusion, mathematics has had a long history in humanity, from prehistoric eras to Egyptians to the Greeks to modern times. And so hopefully I was able to share a little bit about how mathematics came to be and how we got to where we are today. Thank you. Any questions?